Hello everyone, it's Pizzscn here. Now you might remember a while back, last semester, I uploaded a video tutorial on how to de-stud and polish a Lego brick, with a Dremel, and this is what you would generally end up with. Something that looks like this, and well, quite frankly, that's not very Lego-esque. It's quite uneven, and if you feel it, it really doesn't feel that nice. It's rather rough. But I actually have been using this on some 1x1s I've been making, and this is the finish that you'll end up with. Very nice and shiny. So yeah, and yeah, this is what I'm making for myself that doesn't require any paint, so hopefully it won't chip. But I need to find the scissors, so that's why it's not even quite put together, so yeah. Anyway, here are the materials you're going to need. You're obviously going to need a Lego or Legos, just a Lego that you need to de-stud, and this also works for several different Legos at a time, and yeah, any size will work. I'm just going to be demonstrating with this standard 2x4 stud block. You're also going to need some rough sandpaper. This is 60 grit right here, and some fine sandpaper. This is 150 grit right here. And so that way you can de-stud it, and then you're going to need some standard printing paper and some loose leaf paper. This can range from notebook paper, which is what I'll be using here, to graph paper, to anything. I mean, yeah, just as long, you know, notebook paper. So if you're a student, you obviously have notebook paper, so yeah, you should be set there, but if you don't, then just go out and get some. It's fairly cheap. Alright, so now that you know the materials you're going to need, let's get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Now you might agree with me that even, as I believe I've said, this method is for you people that don't have any nice tools such as a Dremel or something like that, but this really does work better. And this is going to be my new way of de-studding a Lego bricks if I ever need to. So what you're first of all going to want to do is de-stud the Lego brick using rough sandpaper. So it's pretty self-explanatory. You're just gonna do it, but check it every once in a while just to make sure you're sanding it evenly. And I also forgot to mention you need a nice sturdy surface such as this school desk here, which is also my Dremel workstation. So yeah, but you know, you need something very nice and flat and sturdy, something that doesn't give, you know, when you apply pressure to it. No. Yeah, and check it every once in a while to make sure you're getting it even. Alright, and you want to get it until you have just a little bit of shiny plastic left. It's a little hard. You can see though where it's a little bit shiny in the middle. I really wish the lighting here was better. You want to get it until there's just a little bit of shiny plastic left. Well, you should get the idea. You don't want to get the shiny plastic completely away, but you know, you want there to be just a little bit left, and then you're going to move on to the fine, and the fine will get rid of the rest of it. So what I want to fine, and I forgot to mention that the grits of sandpaper I'm using, this is 60 grit. My fine sandpaper is 120 grit, or 150 grit. Excuse me, 150 grit, so yeah. Yeah, and get it until there's no more shiny plastic left, which you should know what it looks like. Yes, you can see that there's no shiny plastic left. Alright, now, you're going to want to go ahead and blow on the surface to clear off any you know, unwanted dust. And this is going to be hard for me. Yeah, this is just a little bit hard for me because I got these super glue spots here which make it a little uneven. But yeah, so you're going to now take your paper, your standard printing paper here, and try and find a nice flat area to set it on. And then you're going to take it and you're going to rub it up and down this a few times. And yeah, make sure you do it on a nice even spot. this will leave scratch marks. Very minor ones, so that's why you want to find a nice, smooth spot. And if you have one of these, you might want to consider putting the paper on this. I'm not going to though, but that might be a little better for you. Yeah, I also used to use this as a cutting table, and there's a... Alright, but yeah, it's very effective. You can see that it's got a shine already. And to further enhance the shine, use loose leaf paper. This is actually optional, loose leaf paper is, but to further enhance it, use it. It's probably going to crumble up on you a bit because of how thin it is, just letting you know about that, so keep that in mind, isn't it? It will crumble on you, I should probably say. It's not like it won't. It's not really meant for this kind of treatment, but it works very well. And here is the finished product. Boom. Look at that. So I macroed up on it real close. You can see that there are the little scratch marks, but I mean, the smoother the surface, the better off you'll be. But yeah, yeah, but you can see that it's very shiny now compared to before, and yeah, so it's basically like, you know, the Lego company just made it this way. You know, I mean, aside from these scratches and these holes, looks like the Lego company just made it this way. I mean, seriously, it does. It is a little rounded because that just happens. I don't know why. It's just the way it works, but yeah. And here's this one again. They will become a little bit contoured, but what can you do about that? Nothing, so deal with it. But yeah, I mean, there's that side right there. Here's this side right here. I'd say this one is shinier than that. And this was not touched with sandpaper at all. This was. So you can clearly tell that this is a much better method of de-studding and polishing a Lego brick than using a Dremel. So yeah, that's how you do it. And I'm pretty sure you have most of the materials that are already at home. Another way you can de-stud it is with an X-Acto knife, but be careful because you could cut yourself. So yeah. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching.